Sammy Tutorials here. Today I'm going to show you how to make user-defined events. User-defined events are best used when you don't want to clutter your whole game with remote events that can clutter up your game, slow network down a tad bit, and it's just a pain to deal with because you have to call all these. I'm going to show you how to make a event manager. Okay, let's get started. First of all, make sure you open Roblox Studio and start a place. Then you want to find replicated storage. In replicated storage, you want to click add. You want to click like the little plus button and add a module script. I'm going to call mine event manager. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We're gonna make this a tad bit smaller. So then we want to do local replicated storage equals game on get service replicated storage. Then we want to do local event manager equals a blank table. And then we want to do event manager dot underscore underscore index equals event manager. So we're setting up the index is just equal to the blank table right now. We're setting up meta tables. So we want to do function event manager dot new, and then we want to do local self, which is basically we're just setting what self is, and then we're gonna set self to meta table, and then we're gonna throw in a blank table and event manager. Then we want to do self dot underscore events, and that equals a blank table. Then we want to return self. So then we want to do function event manager on create event. The reason we're using a colon instead of a dot is so we can use self without having to call self in our scripts. So then we want to do event name. Then we want to do that. Then we're going to do local event. Oh, I'm not going to make that capital. Local event equals instance.new. And then we're going to do bindable event. And we're going to do event dot name equals event name. Event name. Then we're going to do event dot parent equals replicated storage. Then we're going to do self dot underscore events, and then we're going to do some parentheses, not parentheses, sorry, brackets, and then we're going to do event name equals event. Now we're going to do function event manager colon get event, and then we're going to call the event name. In this, we're just going to return self. Oh, I spelled it? I think I spelled manager wrong. Yeah, it's fine. And then we're going to do self underscore events, and then we're going to call the event name or replicated storage on wait for child event name. So we're just returning the event basically. Now we want to do function, and then we want to do event manager. I know I spelled it wrong because fire event on event name and then dot dot dot. So we're gonna do local event equals self colon get event. Then we're gonna call the event name. And then we're gonna do if event. Then we're gonna event colon fire dot dot dot. Not function. So, so last but not least, we're gonna do function event manager on connect event, and then we're gonna call the event name. We're also gonna call the listener. And then we're gonna do local. Oh, not that local event equals self one. So we're basically just gonna copy this. So we're just gonna do that. And then we're gonna do if event then return event dot event on connect. Then we're gonna connect to the listener. Then we're gonna return event manager. And that's how you do it. So that's how you set up your module. So now we're going to set up a fire event. So I'm just going to go to starter players here. I'm just going to create a local script. And I'm just going to call it init. That's nice. We're just going to call it init right now. So we're going to do local replicated storage equals game colon get service replicated storage. Then we're going to do local event manager. Actually, spell it right this time. Equals require. Require is very important. Make sure you do that. Replicated storage. Then we're going to wait for child event manager. Now we're going to do local event manager. Manager equals event manager dot new. And then now we're going to create the events. So we're going to do event manager. Make sure it's the underscore one. You know what? For right now, we're just going to do, we'll just call event new. So we're going to do event new, colon, create event. And then we're just going to, I'm just going to call this custom event one. And let's create another event. And we'll call it custom event two. So now, we're just going to do a task.wait 2 seconds. And then we're going to do event new, colon, fire event. And then we're going to do custom event one. Make sure it's the exact same as this. So just make sure it's the exact same. And then we're going to call the args, which is, I'm just going to put hello and world. And then the other one, we're just going to fire the event. I'm just going to copy and paste that because it's easier to do. See, ooh, I wouldn't have noticed that. Good thing. And then I'm just going to put 45 and no, true. Because why not? So now that we have a basic setting up our events to be called on, so now I'm just going to go to here. I'm just going to create another local script. And we're just going to call listener. Then in listener, I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste these first two. So just like that. Actually, I'm going to copy all of this just to be quicker. So now we're going to do local function on custom event fired. And then I'm going to call arg1 and arg2 due to I have two args right here, hello world. Then we're just going to do that. We're just going to press enter so we get this. So we're just going to print. Then we're going to do these, which is your right under your escape key. And then we're going to do custom event 1 fired with arguments. And then we're going to call arg1 and arg2. So then I'm just going to copy and paste this, put a 1 in front of it, and then we're going to do custom event 2 fired with args. Let's make sure we put a space in between those. Then we're going to do event new, colon, connect event. We're going to do custom event 1. Then we're going to do on event fired. Then we're going to do event new, colon, connect event. Then we're gonna call it custom event 2. Then we're gonna do on event fired 1. So that is how you set up everything. So let's make sure we got no errors in our output. So let's play the game. And there we go. So custom event fired with arguments hello world, and custom event 2 fired with arguments 45 and true. So that is how you set up user-defined events with a module. Now this will also work on the server. I can set up a quick example of that. So we're just gonna boop, and then we're just gonna go here, and then we'll just copy init, put it in this script. We'll call this init server. I know I spelled that wrong. And that should be fine. I'm just gonna change it just to be safe though, because I'm unsure. And it should be fine. Now let's add the listener event. Let's go here, add another script. I'm gonna change the listener up one time. I'm just gonna put server, just so I know the difference between the two. And hopefully it also works on the server. It worked on the server. You know why? It's probably because the events have the same name. So let's just change this name up to like S, like S server. S. Let's just do that. Put an S in front of these. So there we go. Now we have client side and server side working. So this means that you can have a client call a custom event with args. Now this might have a bit of a security risk. I'm unsure. I've not tested that far. But that is how you set up user-defined events. Thank you for watching.